My name is Jim Bialick. I'm the president of the Patient Safety Movement Foundation, and I just want to be the first to welcome you all to the 2016 Patient Safety Science and Technology Summit here in lovely Dana Point, California. So I know a lot of you are probably pretty disappointed with the weather we've been having here. Our high today was only 65, but I promise we have a great team and we're doing all we can to remedy that situation. I'm just so excited to have all of you guys here. I see a lot of new faces and I see a lot of returning friends as well. It's been great to catch up with so many of you who have attended since our first summit in 2013. Here we are at our fourth, and I think we have a lot to show for it. We've grown together as individuals, as advocates, and as leaders, and for this, the power of the movement has really swelled. And for this, we thank you for your commitment. Sure, clap. So this is my fourth summit, second as president, but I also attended the first two as a participant. And you know, it's funny how even the vernacular about how we talk about patient safety has changed. The majority of conversations that I was a part of or I overheard during the reception were using terms like high reliability and stop the line. These are terms of art that are pervasive in the patient safety community. But interestingly, this year I was hearing phrases like community and apology and respect in patient safety, which I think makes it in a new and very exciting context. I see this as proof of how far we've come as a community and also the growing strength of the movement towards eliminating preventable deaths that has swept us all. And for this, of course, without you, it would not be possible, so we thank you for your commitment. You know, I fundamentally believe that our strength comes from our diversity and the willingness to forge non-traditional partnerships. So I want to do something, and I want to challenge you all tonight. I want you to look around your table. I want you to look around this room and tell me, are you just sitting with the people that you know? Are these the people that you came here with today? Yeah, you're all in trouble. All right, so here's my challenge to all of you. I want you all to spend time with somebody new at this summit. I want you to make a new friend. I want you to make a new partnership. I want you to fall in love. Well, we're not really ones to judge, but it's about how willing you are to make a commitment that this is what this is really about. So this is what the summit is at its core, joking aside. It's about connecting dots. It's about growing the movement. It's about furthering our mission to eliminate preventable deaths by the year 2020. And fundamentally, it's about the belief that this is possible. But it won't be possible unless we break out of our shells, out of our comfort zones, expand our horizons through new connections. So for accepting this challenge, I thank you guys. I'm going to be wearing two hats at this year's summit. First, of course, as president of the foundation, and second is as your cruise director for today and for tomorrow as well. We have a couple of really exciting new ways for you to engage and participate in the program. Many of you are aware that we have an app for this year's summit. So pull out your smart device and download the Patient Safety Movement app from the iTunes Store or the Google Play Store. They tell you, don't take your phone out during dinner. It's not polite, but we'll make an exception for the connecting the dots purposes. So through this app, you're going to be able to do a lot of interesting things. First, you're going to be able to ask questions of the panelists by going to the session on the agenda and joining the conversation. You can engage other folks that are here participating through the activity feed and by sharing your experience using the hashtags that we have up here. They're also on the back of your badge if you forget. The Wi-Fi password's on the back of your badge before you ask. So if you don't know, just check the back of your badge. I'm sure it'll be fine. So the other thing is this year, for the first time, you're going to be able to participate in live polls by texting your answers to the number that will be provided on the screen during tomorrow's sessions. So please use these tools to engage with this audience that you're a part of. This gathering, I think it truly represents the best and brightest that the patient safety community has to offer. So I'm about to introduce our chairman, but I want to take a moment of, we'll call it presidential prerogative, to embarrass him a little bit. So anybody who knows Joe will tell you how he does not like to talk about himself. Luckily, he has people for that. So I don't know how many of you a couple weeks ago watched President Obama's final State of the Union address. He talked about the cancer moonshot, this initiative to cure cancer. And President Obama has deputized Vice President Biden to bring together the best and brightest to cure cancer. So the day after the State of the Union, Joe, our Joe, not Joe Biden, called me at home and said, "You'll never guess who called me." It was the other Joe, called him. He says he wants me to help set up the moonshot group. And what do you say to that, right? And so the only thing that came to mind was, well, we're pretty deep into this 0 by 2020 thing. Are we going to cure cancer now too? And I'll never forget his response, because you could tell he was internalizing what I said, and then he just said, "Yeah." And so, that resonated so much with me, because this movement is about solving big problems, huge problems, problems that are so large that we've come to accept them as fate. But if there's one thing that I've learned from working with this community and working with Joe, it's that the world's what you make of it, and we can always do better. So for his commitment, I thank him. So with that, I'm going to introduce Joe. Thank you again all for coming. It's an amazing time. I'm so excited for this weekend. So our founder, our chairman, my good friend, Joe Kiani.